Let's talk about Make and Marry.
Oh, yeah. So that one's a little fun. So I have a studio down here. I moved my studio on Tillamook Street before anything was here. We like to call this Industrial Row.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about that later. But before the Water District came in, we moved in. And it's great. It's an awesome studio. And when recreation became legal, cannabis recreation became legal here in Portland, I was like, man, I have this awesome space. It's really great. We use it for WeMake, but I also am very passionate about cannabis. And so I'm like, I'm going to do the same platform around process and making, but only add weed to it. So I came up with the name Make and Marry, which is awesome. And we do heritage craft making. And we've been doing it for about 2.5 years now. We're kind of a speakeasy YouTube. And we invite, everything that we do is also around storytelling and makers and stuff. We invite them in. A lot of times I teach classes, but then we have other artists. So we just did a weaving workshop on Friday with Come Thunder from Natalie Novak of Come Thunder on IG. And people can bring their own. It's a BYOW. And
yes.
I
love that.
But I also share my personal stash. We make and get high. It's really awesome. We do yoga once a month as well, usually on the full moon or the new moon. And we just got featured in Forbes.
I was going to say, you just recently got some recognition for Make and Marry.
Yeah. It's been cool because when I started it, nobody was doing anything like this. They still really aren't doing anything around heritage craft making. So we do everything from macrame to leatherworking to I teach how to make tinctures. What else have we done? We've done tinctures and tarot. We've done abstract art painting. Maya Delecchio taught there. We've had a lot of really great people. We're having a calligraphy workshop next month. It's for 21 and older, and everybody's welcome. So people bring their parents, people bring their dates. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and you are quite the community builder, and it's something that I admire and I love about you. A lot of what we want to focus on here on Lost in Portland is where your passion meets your purpose. And you're serving your community through educational tools and actually building out the facilities so that they can see their art through. Tell me a bit about that compulsion to share your knowledge and everything you've gained over the years.
I was labeled at-risk kid when I was younger, and it was someone in the art community that reached out to me as a young person and was just like, "You're really good at this. This keep with this." And that was like I was around 13 or so, and I'm like, "Oh, this isn't so bad." And I don't know. I just kind of grew up with not a lot, and it was art and making that made me feel better. And then I realized younger, like it was that community also. So I've been active in philanthropy work since I have been able to, whether I volunteered or, I was part of. I was a mayor of an art alliance in San Diego on the mayor's advisory thing for public art. And when I moved to Portland, I was just like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. And it's just really important for me to create community. I like creating. I like people. And making together is good. And I don't know. Yeah. And I like giving back. And so that's like one of the things that is like the forefront for WeMake is that platform for people to get involved, whether they had an idea they want to bring or to help us give back to the community.
Beautiful.
Through community.
Beautiful. And you mentioned earlier that through the recession, you kind of came up with a lot of these ideas. And I kind of have my theory about Portland and its development during the recession. I feel like because there weren't a lot of opportunities, people listened to their heart and developed the things that they truly wanted to build.
Totally. And everybody helped each other.
Yeah. And this leads to the question of what does the Portland art community mean to you?
Portland art community, Portland creative community, Portland design community. I mean, it's a lot of different things. For me, I'm a designer, graphic designer, and so I've been so far entrenched in that. And I think that the design community is it's been pretty open, and there's a lot of cross-pollinating. WeMake gave close to $13,000 to IPRC this year, and then another $8,000 to other arts educations this year. And, when I think of art community, I think of old white people in museums.
Okay.
And sorry,
Yeah.
but I do. And like the design community is a little bit younger, and there's also different stuff like this that's progressive, that's going on, and so forth in Portland. And I think a lot of cities that needs to kind of interlap a little bit. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why Portland Art Museum likes us to come there, which we love. Like it's awesome to be like this scrappy thing and then in the art museum. But I'd like to see more diversity and more, people being lifted up a little bit more in all of our communities, especially in the design community. And I think that's one of the reasons why, like our conference, we invite people who are freelancers that are doing their own thing, and not like, hey, can you come and speak we want to speak at your conference, but I'm the CD of this agency or this. We want to talk to people who are just like you and I, hustling it hard and trying to make it happen. And I think that that's good. And so it's for me, I'm always trying to bring people of color, bring people of diversity to Portland when we have these big events, so that we can. So that we can be exposed and we can share that.
Absolutely, and I think that's beautiful. And a round of applause for all the work that you're doing.